So hello, and welcome to my Straight Talk Saturday. I am really excited about moving my video content to YouTube. So please subscribe to my channel and be sure to check back for new and original content often. I try to, give some content at least each Saturday, every Saturday, and the segment I call it Straight Talk Saturday because I think that when you deal with relationships and self-love, it's necessary to have some straight talk. So my name is Darlene Jeter. I go by Coach DJ. I am a self-love and relationship coach. On last week on my Facebook Live, I shared content about different energies that are not attractive. And for some reason, I had like a bunch of people on who just wanted to interrupt. So I ended up blocking a lot of people. So that is why I'm really just kind of going to transition from Facebook Live to YouTube so that I don't have those issues with being interrupted. But I still will come on live on Facebook and answer some questions because I think that platform is also very useful for people. So what are those energies that I discussed last week? So I discussed Miss Independent. So the thing that I want to talk about first, and then I'm not going to be as long as I was last week. So if you are coming to the channel and you were on last week, I'm not going to go as long because usually I go about an hour. So I'm not going to go as long. I'm just going to kind of condense everything into about 20 minutes so that, if you had some issues with understanding the content because of the interruptions, then, this should help you without the interruptions. So, Miss Independent. So, these energies, to recap, these energies are energies that, make ladies unattractive. And I think that sometimes we don't realize that we have this energy and that we're exuding this energy. These energies come from some of our thoughts. So if we don't have like really healthy thoughts about relationships and love and about men, then what happens is we have a certain energy that will start like just exuding from us. And it may be that we don't even intend for this energy to exude from us, but it's going to exude from us, particularly because our thoughts are so very powerful. Our thoughts are so very powerful that it causes us to respond a certain way when we present ourselves to the world. So when we present ourselves in dating situations or dating opportunities, in relationships, our thoughts present themselves in our actions, okay? So, Miss Independent is one. And this is the one that I think that really causes a lot of problems in relationships because women, of course, need to be independent. Of course, we need to be independent. We need to be able to take care of ourselves. We need to be able to get the things that we desire in life, homes, cars, clothes, shoes, purses, whatever it is that we desire. But what has happened, and I'm not really sure where that shift really took place. But what has happened is, women have gotten to the point where they're like so super independent and they want to act like they can do everything on their own. And that is a problem. That is a problem because men absolutely need to feel wanted. They need to feel like you need them. Because if they don't feel needed or wanted, then they're not going to stay with you. They're not going to be in a relationship with you. And that's the same thing for us. I mean, if we feel like someone can just be without us, then why would we want to be in a relationship with them? So it really makes a lot of sense when you just take a little bit of time to think about it. So the Miss Independent energy is the one that I don't need a man. I can do all this on my own. I don't need a man. And you absolutely do need a man. And that's another thing that's happened too. there's this shift from, I don't need him. I don't need a man. I just want a man. You absolutely need a man. I mean, you need a man. And just think about how that will shift your energy when you realize you do need a man. You need a man. You don't need a man to live a good life, but you need a man for a baby. Okay? And even if you say, I can go to the sperm bank, or a man still has to give the sperm. Okay? We need love. The biggest desire that we have as humans is affection. Okay? So if you are a heterosexual female, you need to feel love, someone to touch you, someone to reaffirm you, someone to share your life with, to talk to about things that bother you. Okay, so you absolutely do need a man. So if you don't agree with that, that is fine. But I think that is part of the problem. People are saying that they don't need a man now. Women are saying they don't need a man. I think men feel that energy. And that's why some women are not getting dates and not able to sustain relationships. Okay. So if you are one of those ladies, if you are, have this, I don't need a man attitude, and that's kind of like how you act and you present yourself to the world that way, that may be a situation. That may be the problem that you have. And with all of these different energies, what I am absolutely trying to do is to make sure that we become more self-aware. So, as a coach, I think that, self-awareness is absolutely key. There are so many people out here who just don't even understand who they are. And they are trying to be in relationships and trying to live their best lives and all of this stuff. But they don't even know who they are. They don't know how they feel. They don't know what makes them happy. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they need. So it's sort of like you have these people, these shells of people who have not taken the time to really get to know how they present themselves to the world or what they need. Okay? So this hopefully will help you. And the response that I got was so awesome. And I appreciate everyone who reached out to me telling me, I absolutely identify with that energy. I absolutely think that is me. So once you know that a certain energy is you, then you can take the steps to change your thoughts that cause you to present yourself with that energy. Okay? So with Miss Independent, that's the woman who is saying, I don't need a man. Her energy says it. The man feels it. So if you're wondering why he didn't call you back, if you're wondering why you don't get dates, it's probably because you're walking around presenting yourself to the world like you don't need anybody, and particularly you don't need a man. Okay? So then the second energy that I want to talk about is mislead with sex. Okay, so there are a lot of women who believe that, if you become the super freak, and you do everything like at a superior level, that somehow that will keep him. So while he may absolutely enjoy himself, okay, he may absolutely enjoy himself and all the benefits of coming with you in all of your practice, the energy of leading with sex is not going to yield the true result of a relationship or a love partner for life. If you're leading with sex, that means that you're leading with, booty shots maybe online, and on social media. You are very revealing in the clothes and very provocative in the things that you wear. Now, please don't get me wrong. I absolutely think that wearing certain attire is fine. But we can go too far. Okay? We really don't necessarily need to show everything. Not everything. Okay? Not everything. Save something for him. Okay? Save something. Save something. So yeah, you can wear it. You can show cleavage and maybe even wear some tight fitting clothes. I mean, I'll be the first one to tell you, I love clothes that fit. A nice skirt, a nice pair of pants that absolutely fit, like hit my curves just right. I like that, okay? I don't like wearing big stuff, okay? But you can take that too far. All right, so you can go out and you can wear all this sheer stuff, and you can take all these booty shots and take these pictures in your underwear and in, you know, naked. It's just, you know, so think about if you're leading with sex, because chances are, oh, he's gonna look, and he's gonna enjoy it, and many men will enjoy it. But if your goal is to find a love partner, to find someone to go on life's journey with, okay, the chances of him truly considering you to be a partner are slim. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. It happens. But it's slim. Because it's sort of like you want to be the type of woman that he would not be ashamed or afraid to take to his mom or to his family members, to his big sister, auntie, and you know, it reflects well for him. Okay, so think about that. If you are the woman who, you know, you think that leading with sex, your sexuality, so meaning, you know, you're doing every trick that you can think of to try to grab him and capture him, or you're presenting yourself with all this extra sexuality, like, you know, cleavage and booty and you know, you just gotta, you know. So if you're doing that, perhaps there is some adjustment that is needed, because leading with sex probably isn't going to yield you the result that you really want if you're looking to be in a relationship. Okay, there's another energy that it is the I am mother energy. Okay, so this person presents herself to the world and to dating situations as my kids this, and my kids that, and my son is my king. And so, wow, the mother role is the most important role. I'll say it's the most important role in the world. In the world, okay? Fathers are important too. But the mother role is so very important. If a man is trying to date you or get to know you, you do not have to throw in his face or constantly remind him that your kids are important. It goes without saying that your children are important to you. Okay, so if you have to always kind of, you know, remind him that your kids are most important, what you're doing is reminding him that he is not that important, and no one wants to feel secondary. Okay, so there's a way that can be finessed. There's absolutely a way that you can continue to be the greatest mom in the world without reminding whoever you're dating or whoever you are in a relationship with that your kids are important. Okay. All right. So the fourth energy. So we've gone over Miss Independent, Miss Lead with Sex, Miss I'm Mother. So the fourth one is Miss Mad. So this woman presents herself in a very angry and bitter way. Okay. She's angry about life. She's bitter about life. I mean, she is just, you know, something else to deal with. Okay, this is the one who is probably real negative. The woman who is super negative, and you're like, oh my God, whew, that's that friend. Yeah, that's that friend. Super negative, when you're around her, it is so very draining. Okay, so if you're mad, nobody is trying to be around people who are mad. People are trying to be around folks with good energy and folks who can lift them up and make them feel good. Because remember, we all fall in love based on how someone makes us feel. So if you're mad all the time and complaining all the time and angry all the time and bitter about life all the time and complaining and just got so much going on, that's not attractive. That's a very unattractive energy. Okay, so please, please keep that in mind if you're constantly complaining or you feel like upset or bitter about something. And, you know, what I would challenge you to do if you know that you present yourself to the world with this energy is to figure out what you're so mad about. Figure out what has you bitter. Work on it, okay? It's really not that hard to work on healing some of our wounds. Don't act like, you know, things haven't happened to you and you don't have things that you need to deal with. We all do. We all have something that we need to deal with, okay? So, the next energy. So this is Miss Impulsive. So Miss Impulsive is similar to Miss Mad and Miss Angry and Bitter. She presents herself, Miss Impulsive does, she presents herself to the world with this 0 to 100 attitude. Okay, so she is the one who will bust your windows out and bleach your clothes and just go on a rampage. All right. So what I'm going to say is, if you are that woman with that inability to control yourself, there is nothing attractive about, you know, losing control. Self-control is attractive, okay? And then when you're going all crazy and doing all this stuff, it just shows that you lack self-control. And it's really immature and childish. And if a man is thinking about like how he wants his life to be, it probably isn't wreaking havoc and volatile and, you know, just things happening like that you would be like, whoa, what is going on in my life? Nobody wants to live that way. Okay. Unpredictable stuff, you know, just like, oh my God, this happened. So if you have this energy and you think that going from 0 to 100 is cute, because that's what's happened also. It's like the Miss Independent. Miss Independent is cute. A lot of people see it as cute. The 0 to 100, Miss Impulsive, I'm just going to do anything because I don't take nothing. That is something that a lot of women consider to be like something to do. Like they think it's cute. And the problem is I see young women who take on this mindset and this attitude, and it's very troubling, okay? Because we should, especially in the age of all the videos with all the violence, it's sort of like, let me figure out a way to just clock on somebody, okay? I'm gonna jump out my car and videotape beating up somebody in the street, you know, because I don't take no mess. 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000, okay? And then if you are having difficulty dating or finding a relationship, perhaps you need to reconsider the way that you're doing things and readjust that energy that you exude when you present yourself to the world. All right, so the next one is Miss Insecure. Miss Insecure lacks self-love. And I have on my self-love t-shirt today. So wait a minute, let me see if I can show you guys my self-love t-shirt. So this is my self-love t-shirt. I sell these self-love t-shirts on my website. So coachingbydj.com. If you're interested in the white shirt with the pink crystals, you can order it on my website. I also have it in black with the white crystals. I don't know, for some reason, I really like the white one. Most people like the black one more, but I really like the white one. So, but if you're interested in a self-love t-shirt, again, this is the shirt. It says self-love. And then this right here is like a heart with the S, which really symbolizes Superman, Superwoman, self-love, okay? If you would like one, just go on over to my website and you can place an order, all right? But Miss Insecure, she lacks self-love. She doesn't believe that she is worthy, okay? And, you know, you see all the memes on social media that deal with, you know, a woman dates at her level of confidence. And it's true. If you don't believe if you don't understand, first you have to understand what makes you so very special. Okay, so that's self-love. That's self-love. That's practicing self-love. If you understand what separates you from the next woman, then you're practicing self-love. So a lot of people think that self-love is getting your nails done. My nails aren't done and I need them done. I really do. But that is not really self-love. It's more self-care. Okay? It makes us feel good about ourselves, but it doesn't increase our understanding of what makes us so very special. So with self-love, you would deal more with your personality traits. Okay? So, how you are, in addition to how you look. Okay? Accepting and understanding that how you look and how you act make you you. Okay? But that doesn't give you an excuse to just be, not working on improving. Because a lot of times when I talk to ladies, they think, well, I love myself. I love myself. And she has the worst attitude in the world. Okay? So that is not self-love, ladies. Self-love is an ability to understand. So being self-aware and an ability to understand where you need to work on stuff. It absolutely is. So yeah, we all have flaws, but you got to understand those flaws. You got to know what your flaws are. You can't act like you don't have them, because we all have them. And once you know you have them, you can work to make things better. So if you know that you're impatient and you're dating someone, okay? Part of your self-love is accepting that you're impatient and working on it. So if he doesn't come at exactly 8 p.m., then okay, let me deal with myself, because I know that I can be a trip. I know that I like for people to be on time. And this is not me, y'all. This is not me. This is not me. I'm not describing me. But you can say, oh, I know I can be a trip. But knowing it about yourself and working on that makes you a better person. It makes you accept who you are better and makes you a better person. And then you understand, okay, yeah, I'm tripping now. You can even accept when you make errors in life. You can accept being wrong sometimes. You can apologize. All those things that are absolutely needed to be in a happy, healthy relationship. You cannot be in a relationship and you can't apologize. And you think you're always wrong. And you think that you don't have any flaws. And you think that you're perfect. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You have to understand yourself first before you try to connect with another person. You just have to. So, with this particular woman, again, she is super insecure. This is the woman who probably goes through phones. This is the woman who probably feels a little like something is going on and nothing is going on. Okay? Often we have those feelings as women because of our past experiences. Okay? And we haven't healed properly from our past experience. So we felt this way. We kind of thought we felt this way, and it feels like this again. So I think that this is what's going on again. Instead of showing up, accepting that we may have some insecurity issues, and explaining to the gentleman, to the man, you know what, I'm just trying, I'm working through some stuff, and I'm just trying to figure out, why did you take your phone with you to the bathroom? Why do you carry your phone everywhere with you? Because it makes me feel like you don't want me to see your phone, and then that makes me feel like you're doing something, and it just makes me feel uncomfortable. That's self-love. Okay? So self-hate is to stay in a situation Now listen to me, y'all. Self-hate is when you stay in a situation and you feel it and you know it and you think you know it and you keep on just running this mess through your head and you're like, oh, he's doing something. You're driving yourself crazy. Self-hate. So you do not want to do that. You want to practice self-love. You want to understand your flaws. Even if you have some insecurity issues, if you're not as confident as you feel like you should, work on it. But if you have an issue around something, a phone, a behavior, you are able to understand that, hey, okay, can I talk to you about this? And then you're not flying off the handle and you're not accusing him of anything. You're saying, hey, this is how I feel. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what is up? Why do you do this? And, help me here. Okay? So that's how Miss Insecure should act. But Miss Insecure is the one going through the phone. She is the one who is accusing him of stuff. She's the one who's thinking this craziness in her head because she's like, I don't know. Hasn't properly healed from past hurt. Okay, she's insecure. So you have Miss Phony. So we're at 6 now. No, we're at 7. Miss Phony. So this is the woman who has this energy where it is so inauthentic. Okay, she doesn't present herself to the world as herself. She is trying to adjust to every situation, the way that she feels people want her to be. So she's like all over the place. Okay, she doesn't really know who she is. She's just adjusting. So if she needs to be this way, she needs to be happy one day, she's happy. If she needs to be more like the businesswoman, she's the businesswoman. I'm going to take care of business. So she doesn't present herself in a constant way. You know what I mean? Like she's not constant in the way that her behavior is. She's kind of like up and down and all around. And you get this person one day and this person the next day. And you don't really know what bag this person might jump out of. Yeah, you don't know what bag they're gonna jump out of. So people like that, that energy is a trip, okay? Because you don't know what you gonna get. And that is really hard to be. It's really hard to be in a relationship with someone and you don't know how they gonna show up or how they gonna wake up. How they gonna be. So, being phony, please don't be phony. Please don't be phony. Don't present yourself to the world with this phony energy. So we got 3 more, y'all. So Miss Partay. Miss Partay. This is the one who is at every single social function. This is the one who is out and about, and living her best life. And that energy is a very interesting energy because it is kind of like a nervous energy. Like an energy that is like, what are you doing? Okay, particularly after you reach a certain age. If you're in your 20s, hit those streets. Enjoy life. Enjoy the clubs, okay? But there's a certain age, and for everyone it's different, that if you're at every single function, it doesn't look good. Because then if someone is even eyeing you or trying to figure out if you would be a good prospect, but you're constantly in the street or constantly out and about at parties. Okay, I'm not talking about business functions and, I'm not talking about weddings. I'm not talking about, things that we go to that, involve family or friends. I'm talking about club stuff. Okay, party stuff, bar stuff. If someone is looking at you and they think that, hey, I wouldn't mind getting to know her. If you're presenting yourself to the world with this energy that you are at the bar and at the club and and that person, and let's just say that person is looking at you and maybe they enjoy that type of life. Maybe they do. Okay, then you guys will be okay. But let's just say the guy who doesn't really want to be all in the club still at 35. Okay. Then That's probably not the energy that you want to present, particularly if it's not really who you are. Okay? And again, these energies are, energies that we do to try to protect ourselves from the truth sometimes and our reality sometimes. So Miss Independent, she presents herself like she doesn't need a man because perhaps she's been hurt, and she, in order to protect herself, she's convinced herself that I don't need a man. I'm not about to, I can do this on my own. So often these energies present themselves when, we're kind of trying to be in safe mode and trying to protect ourselves. So if we show up with these energies, people can't really get to us and hurt us because we're using this as our protection. All right, so I hope you guys understand that. We're using it as our protection. All right. So definitely, Miss Partey, if that is not you, if you're not being authentic in the way that you are, like hitting those streets, stop, because it may be someone interested in you, and the only reason he hasn't approached you is because you stay in the streets too much. Then we have Miss Tell All. So this is the woman who overshares. This is the woman who just talks about stuff and people. The thing that we have to realize is, if you overshare, if you talk about your friends, your family members, if you share like really personal information, something that perhaps someone has asked you to keep in confidence, to hold in confidence, then it may present itself as you not being able to hold water. Okay, and what I mean by holding water is you can't keep a secret. And when you can't keep a secret, it's hard for people to trust you. So if you have this energy of always talking about something and someone, maybe because you don't have anything interesting to talk about, okay, then you may need to work on that energy, because you don't want to present yourself to the world constantly talking about other people and other things. You want to talk about yourself, but when you're trying to get to know someone, if you're oversharing and talking about folks, sometimes it's hard. It may be harder for that person to trust you. So then they may not want to be with you because they don't really know if they can trust you with their secrets, because you're sitting there telling them someone else's secrets. Think about that. So if you talk too much, basically, if you talk too much, might be an issue. Might be an issue. Bad. That's a bad energy. That's a bad way to present yourself to the world. And then misjudgmental. So when I talked about this last week, I said that out of all the energies that I develop based on my interactions with women, my interactions with my clients, the issues that I hear that arise in relationships, misjudgmental is the one who I probably identify with the most. I know that I have this energy, and I'm not afraid to be very self-aware and share with you guys that when I recognize something in myself, because indeed I am also a work in progress. I know that. And in order for me to live my best life, I have to understand the good and the bad about me. So misjudgmental is the one who criticizes and analyzes. Yes. So yeah, I identify with misjudgmental because for some reason, and I'm more of a creative person, not really an analytical person. Like, I'm not like a math person. I'm more of an English person, write a paper, creative type person. But I always find myself looking at stuff and looking at situations and critiquing it. and trying to figure out, like trying to say how this could have been done differently and this could have been done better. So, ladies, if you have this judgmental energy, if you're constantly criticizing and analyzing, stop it. Stop it. Okay. And the one thing that the thing that I came up with, so I said, like, a lot of these energies, they seem like they're like our protection. So I thought about that and like, what would make me, always, like, well, not always, because it's nothing ever always, but often, too often, criticize or analyze certain situations or things that people do. And it's just because, I do want people to do things the right way. Okay. But it's probably that I'm a little bit too critical on myself. So if I'm critical of myself, I'm super critical of other people. Okay. And that's the thing. Like, I'm kind of critical of myself. I kind of always have wanted to, do things in a very, like, I don't know. I don't want to say perfect, but I want things to be done a certain way. So I recognize that in myself. So what happens is, because I want things to be done a certain way, I kind of like want other people to do things a certain way. And if they don't do it that way, then I want to tell them how they should do it. Crazy. So what I do is, in my relationship, I know that this is true. And it happened a couple of times where, my boyfriend said, I really wasn't asking for you to tell me what you thought about, how it's worded. I wanted you to look at the graphic. So he's a graphic artist, and he sent me something one morning. This has been a few years back, actually. And he said, what do you think of this? So I looked at it and I thought it was awesome. I really did. But instead of me saying, oh, babe, this is awesome. First thing, saying, oh, baby, this is awesome. Instead, I want to tell him about the grammar problem that I found, because I'm an English teacher also. Okay. So, and, I like to write. I understand grammatical errors. And when I saw it, that's the thing that popped out. Okay. So I told him about that. He kind of was like, hey, I wasn't really, I'm not finished with that part. I was kind of asking about the concept. So if you present yourself in a judgmental way, okay, if you're very critical, you may need to reassess, okay, maybe relearn how to do some things and change some behavior, because nobody wants to talk to someone who is constantly criticizing and analyzing. Okay. And again, I say that I presented myself with this energy, and I work on it, because I don't want to always be criticizing and analyzing stuff. So now what I do is, maybe a fourth of the time I'll say, well, did you want my feedback on this? And then he'll say, nah. And not just with him, with family members and friends too. Can I tell you what I think about this? Okay. And then that way I'm not like presenting like, okay, I know how to do this better than you, and making other people feel a certain way. Because again, you fall in love with people based on how people fall in love based on how you make them feel. So I never want to I don't want to make him feel like, I'm very critical and I'm analyzing every move that he's making, because that won't make him feel good. Okay. All right. So again, these are energies. These are energies that we present ourselves to the world with. Miss Independent, Miss Lead with Sex, Miss I'm Mother, Miss Mad, okay? Miss Impulsive, Miss Insecure, Miss Phony, so she's so inauthentic, Miss Party Girl, Miss Tell All, and then Miss Judgmental. So I want to thank you guys for sitting through my first official YouTube video from my channel. I am actually going to come back on later on Facebook Live, and I'm going to come on. I'm going to put a video on YouTube explaining attractive energy. So I never want to just give people the negative side without giving them the positive side. So I will be sharing attractive energies. So the energies that I just went over are the unattractive energies. If you exude this energy in a dating situation or when you present yourself to the world, it makes you a little less attractive. So perhaps you need to work on something. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me for this Straight Talk Saturday on my new YouTube channel. Please join me again. I so appreciate you guys. I truly do, as I continue on my journey to try to empower women and inspire women and encourage women really to work on themselves so that they can absolutely be their best selves, and then so that they can make better decisions when they are dating or in relationships. Because one of my goals is to absolutely see women happy and smiling and saying that they're in happy, healthy relationships, and it absolutely be the case. Not just talking, but for women to be in happy and healthy relationships, because we deserve them. All right. So thanks again so much for joining me for Straight Talk Saturday.